Get ready with me while I tell you about how I almost accidentally broke into a stranger's house. This story is so traumatizing that I literally have anxiety rash right now. So this happened my sophomore year of high school, and me and one of my best friends found these two guys that we always hung out with. We had a little two-man going on. So we were young and we had these crushes on these boys, and we would always hang out with them. This is right when we came out of COVID, and they were like the first people that we ended up like having kind of like a friend group with. And so I swear we literally did everything with them. We didn't have our license or anything. They didn't either. They were a year older than us. And we would just figure out things to do all the time, like that involved just walking places. So here's where it gets good. Me and this girl were hanging out one night, and we were like, oh, I wish we were hanging out with them. Like, they're so fun. And we were talking to one of the guys. It was the one that my friend liked. And they were talking about like mochi, I don't know. And she was like saying that she really liked mochi, and he was like, oh, I have mochi at my house. You guys should come over. So we were excited. We were like, oh my God, yes, like let's go over. I call my mom and I asked to pick us up from her house. My mom ends up picking us up from my friend's house, and she drives us over there. It was like in the same town, like probably like a 5-minute drive. When we got there, she then was like, let me know when you guys get inside, like so I can leave, because you know we were young. And we get out of the car and we're texting the guys, and they're like, come through the side gate. So I text my mom, we're in, because we're through the side gate. So this whole thing has been like a little bit off the whole time, and so we're kind of sitting here and we're like, oh, like, do you have a white car? Do you have all these bikes? Because there were a bunch of bikes in the side yard. And he's like, yeah. Not like, do you like, what color car do you have? What is there when you first walk in? Like, are there bikes? Like, you know, we were just asking like questions that they could obviously say yes to, because everything seemed so suspicious. None of them ever had their snap maps on. We had no idea where they lived. And so we kind of knew that it wasn't like around there, and so we were just really suspicious. And they were like coming up with these like lies right and left about like this house. I don't know. So he's like, yeah, I have a white car, I have those bikes, like you're in the right place, like trust me. And we're like, okay. Because we were also kind of like, why are you making us go through the side gate? And they said that their parents, because we were going to the one guy's house, and he was like, yeah, my parents aren't home, but they have cameras, so like you gotta go like around the cameras. The whole thing was so sketch, and we were like not that smart. We were just like dumb little sophomores. Like, I don't know. He was like, so go to the back door, and we're like, okay, and we're like on the call with him, and we're like, okay, we're here, like, can you let us in? He's like, just start knocking. And so we start knocking, which it just does, none of this is making sense, and we're like not like putting two and two together. But anyways, he's like, knock, and we start knocking, and he's like, you know what, just stop, like just open the door. And I think the door was locked. Thank God the door was locked. And I was like, the door's locked. He's like, oh, okay, like he was just saying like weird stuff. He was like, can't come out because my parents will like see us, so you just have to like sneak in. Then he asks us to try to open the window and try to sneak in through the window, and we're just like, what? And we're like complying to everything they're saying. We're like, yeah, okay, we're trying the window, we're trying the door. And they're just like, okay, yeah. After a while of doing that, he then goes, okay, you know what, just stop, like just come to the front door. And we're like, okay, thank God, now you're finally gonna let us in. We kind of just thought he was messing with us. We get to the front door, and he's like, yeah, I'm coming. And we're like, okay, like, where are you? And he's like, just start knocking. So we start knocking, and like, I know we seem so dumb in this, but you have to realize that like we were sophomores and we had such big crushes that we would literally do anything, and we just weren't thinking straight. Like, I don't know, looking back at it, I'm like, wow, I was so stupid, but we're past that. Anyways, we start knocking on the door, we're ringing the doorbell, no one's coming. We're like, oh my God. He then goes, okay, I'm just messing with you guys, like actually come to the back door now, like I'll come get you guys. And we're like, oh, okay, finally, like, and we're like, do you have LED lights in your room, like stuff like that? And he's like, yeah, that's my room right there with the blue LEDs and stuff. We then go back around the gate, and we see someone in the house, and we're like, and it's a girl, and there are no girls home. And so we're on the phone with him, and I'm like, oh, didn't you say you were home alone? Like, is your mom home? And he's like, no, it's just me. And so then we literally start running. We are like, oh my god, we went to the wrong house. Like, we run down the cul-de-sac and we like hide for a little bit because we just like went the wrong direction. And I think I was like frantically calling my mom and stuff. And after a little bit of hiding, we leave like the bush that we were behind. And then as we do, some lady comes outside. And I don't remember exactly what happened, but I think she said something to us and we were like, we are so sorry. Like, we are so sorry. Like, we thought this was our friend's house. I think they were like pranking us. Like, and she's like, oh no, you're good. Like, I just want to make sure the dog didn't get out or whatever. Turns out that this random house they sent us to, thank God it was no one like creepy or like someone that would literally like shoot us because we were trespassing. And it was just like a family, and the girl actually went to our high school, which is like so awkward. But these boys had absolutely no idea which house they sent us to. They gave us a random address. We later found out the craziest information. Not only did they send us to a random house, they weren't even together. They weren't together. And they kept saying they were like in the bathroom and stuff, and that's why they weren't in the same room, because like one of them was in the bathroom, one of them was in the bedroom. Yeah, I know, guys. I know this is terrible. Oh yeah, they weren't even in the same room, and it was just, this whole story was so traumatic. And the next day we decided to get them back with a prank, and we pretended to be the mom, like pressing charges. I don't know. And then beef broke out and I was no longer friends with them. Because like, also, like, who would do that? Who would put any girl, two sophomore girls in that type of situation? They had no idea who owned the house. They just sent us to a random house. Like, we could have been kidnapped, we could have been like unalived. Like, this was like crazy. But yeah, I basically frantically called my mom. We like ran to like the local like middle school, and I called my mom to come pick us up, and we heard sirens, and honestly we thought that they like called the cops on us. Maybe they did, I don't know. But yeah, this is your sign to not let a little crush get you in a risky situation. But after like years of not talking, I'm now friends with one of the guys. I'm like cordial with the other one, we just don't speak. But like, that's insane. And I think looking back at it, they don't even regret doing it because it was so funny to them. But yeah, it's okay, guys. Let me know how stupid I was in the comment section, because I know I am. That was just actually the craziest thing that's ever happened to me. But anyways, as you can tell, that story was literally traumatic because I have anxiety rash. Anyways, this is what my makeup looks like, and bye.